Daniel Duncan, a student on Murray State's campus, was involved in a car accident on June 11, 2002, which paralyzed him from the waist down. He faces many challenges on and off campus every day. I recently spent some time with him to discuss these challenges.
And I was headed to work, and the curve went right. I went straight because I fell asleep at the wheel, went off the curve, went down and hit an embankment. When I did, I was ejected from my vehicle.
Daniel immediately had surgery to stabilize his spine after the accident. He spent over 2 months in the hospital relearning daily tasks that seemed simple to most people. It took him nearly 2 years to get back to furthering his education. Previously, he wanted to be an engineer, but after his accident, he reevaluated what he wanted to do.
I took a night class just because I was always interested in economics, and I ended up loving it. And so that was in the spring of '06 that I took that class. And in the fall of '06, I registered here at Murray, changed my major to economics.
When he came to Murray, Daniel found that despite a few minor inconveniences, Murray was equipped and accessible to most of his needs.
It was rather accessible. There were a few things here and there that I didn't like. I believe, if I remember correctly, the first time I went into the Career Center, I had some problems with the old elevators that they had in there. It was such a small elevator and not very handicap friendly.
Daniel, now a senior, is preparing like most seniors for graduation. He recently bought a power chair to replace his manual wheelchair. He was hesitant at first, but found out it can help out a lot.
For the longest time, I'd put off getting a power chair, thinking that, oh, well, if I get a power chair, I won't get as much arm exercise, and I don't know, I just had this idea that I didn't need one. And when I got one, I realized that it made things so much easier, that I can hop in my chair, and leave for class 10 minutes before class starts and get there with no problem, just zoom across campus.
There have been bumps along the way. Daniel says from housing to academics, Murray State has done whatever it can do to help Daniel on his way to a degree.
I believe that Murray and Murray State do try to make everything accessible, which I know that a lot of it is mandated by law, the Americans with Disabilities Act and things, and that actually passed in 1990.
Daniel says he didn't shed a tear when the doctors told him he was paralyzed. He says he tries to attack his problems instead of letting them linger. He may even joke about it with you.
Well, I've always liked to be, joking about it. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me, and I've never been that way. You hear people say things like, "Oh, I hate having to walk to class in the rain," and I being the type of person I am, I love to just kind of bust their chops and kind of call them out on, not because, oh, I'm offended or anything, just to kind of, I always say that if you can't laugh about your injury or whatever your situation in life, that you're not going to be a very happy person.